Okay, and welcome. We're picking up where we left off last time in Field of Glory Empires as Rome, where we're in the process of winning. We're earning enough legacy points at this point that we are... well, we're earning the most legacy points. Technically, the game has basically a score system where you win at turn 500 if you have the most legacy points. It also has sort of a runaway victory condition, which is if you get 3 times more the legacy than anyone else, you, or at least in the main scenario, which is what we're in, you win. So we've got twice as much in Macedonia. We're getting at a rate where we will get 3 times as much as them in, I think, like the next 25 turns or so. And we're on the eve of invading Macedonia to reduce their income even more. So I think we've already gone ahead and we've sent the war declaration. So all we have to do is roll over the turn before we can start the invasion. We have a combat fleet on its way out. And we have a army, I assume. That's what that is. Yeah, that's an army. Going up to deal with some of the stuff they got up in the Black Sea. Because at this point we've kind of forced Macedonia out of Macedonia, and they're now sort of just the Macedonian colonies. We might not prosecute this all the way to their complete destruction. Because there's a couple places that are going to be hard to get into, like there's going to be hard to get into. But we may try to negotiate some sort of surrender from them that involves them giving up a bunch of political power. So we're going to go around, check up the provinces. I think all the troops should be moving as needed. We just need to assign building orders here for this turn. Could make a sculpture shop here. What are we missing here? What do we want here? Could probably use more military buildings. That's not a bad warehouse. We can pick the warehouse up. Do we have all of the... Oh, interesting. We only have 3 infrastructure buildings here, so I probably do want to build infrastructure up. So we can access to the tier 3 ones. And warehouse is not a bad choice. That's one of the ones that upgrades in tier 3, so I'll pick that one up. That obviously means we're overdoing the building right now, because it's a fairly cheap building. Yeah, we need like 109 or so. Move those guys over to food. Is that... Okay, overcommitted just a little bit. Let me get it going. There we go. I think we're still making enough food in the area. Yeah. So I'll get that warehouse done next turn. And to be fair, we're growing population fairly quickly in here, theory. So we should get some more people to give us little ruling slots. Ooh, lots of building slots here. Got some sort of thing here, right? We think we got enough infrastructure buildings that we're probably looking for more. Not going to bother with a clay pit. Farms tempting just for food. That's a pretty good caravan house. But Scriptorium, 43 culture for Scriptorium is just too strong. Kind of doing. Don't need a loyalty and not enough culture in that naval district. The Great Shipyard might be tempting, because it'll give us access to decent ships here. Though it isn't a requirement for the commerce ports, we might hold off. Do we have military buildings here? We do. Access level 2. Siege workshop from a defensive standpoint is not that bad. We don't need it. I might take the reroll here. Yeah, we'll take the reroll here. We'll take the warehouse here. Potential to take the granary. We've both got both the farm and the orchard here, so I think we will go with the granary. Because then we're just fishing for the upgrades for those two. So this is a forest, so it might be a location where we can't get the upgrade. It's for the farm. Yeah, the large farm isn't in the list. Okay. Can still build wells, and having granary allows us to get up to tier 3 wells if we're really interested in more food. Okay, and then obviously we need to assign people to build those things. A little bit more. That might be enough. Ooh, no, we need about 90 more. There we go. So I'll get the 2 of them done, and the shuffle will have a bunch of production assigned to it, so it gets well underway next turn. Wall upgrade or courthouse upgrade? I think we're going to do courthouse upgrade. I don't think we need that much industry infrastructure for the courthouse. No. We need 400 less than we're currently making. A lot can be assigned to food making. How close am I? Yeah, we can lose like another 90. So that should be enough to finish it, and it does appear to be. Move on to the next. This is one of our sort of forward important defensive locations. So it would be tempting to toss the Greek fire tower here. Which literally does damage to people in neighboring, hostiles in neighboring states, or neighboring territories. This is one region, so it does damage to there, and in theory, if we were hostiles to those guys, it do damage to the guys in the neighboring states as well. So yeah, I think we'll do that Greek fire tower. It's one of those cooler defensive buildings. Okay, so finish the turn. Next state. Building here. Grab the Tribune. I suppose we could grab the quarry here. Quarry would give us access to the marble vein. Notably. It doesn't say that there, but the marble vein has the quarry as a part of it. Which would be one way to get marble up here. I don't think we need the slave market, which would be the commerce building. Don't need the gambling ring. Yeah, we'll do the quarry. And those will finish in that turn, so we won't mess with the workers too much. 2 building slots here. Well, two places with 1 building slot each. It is a market with everything but the dyes, which is pretty good. So let's grab that. Monument. We probably don't need that much construction. We can move some guys over to food. Yeah, we can free up like 180 food. Because each one needs like 100 or something. Yep, that should be enough. Lots of building slots here. Oh, and we can build more building slots in the land expansion. It's always nice to see. The temple. And we probably don't need the temple for its conversion purposes, but this one's also on the coast, so just upgrading the cult site here. It's 8 more faith, or 8 more culture. As we can see, upgraded from Thymbeline Gold Site. One of the alternate upgrades was the Thassalon Temple, which is only on the coastline. The Thassalon Temple, I don't think it can be upgraded to the major temple, so we also have the upgrade path there later on. The hospital. Trading required, can be imported. So it just costs us more money. But we'll provide some health. Probably don't need that. I think we'll postpone that. It'll be better if we had access to gold and or silver. There aren't good ways for me to import gold or silver right now, so we'll hold off on the coin maker. We'll grab the city wall crate instead then. Noble Garden, great source of culture. We're going to need to put more people in construction to get it built. There we go. 2 and a 3. Yeah, this is a large core that actually does something. Those are always rare, but they're nice when they do something. Trading post. Tempted to pick it up because it would just be the 3rd commerce building. Give us access to tier 2 commerce. Yeah. Three and a 2. Scriptorum will also give us access to tier 3 culture, which is not bad. Trading required but can't be imported. It's still net money. But I think we'll pass on it because it's got some decadence attached to it. Oh, this is a place where we probably want the stables, right? Yeah, stables, I think, is that the stables or the stud blocks one of the upgrade paths for camels, I believe. School. Basilica. If we had a place where we can import the frankincense from here, we'd do the Basilica. That wouldn't be bad. But without it, it's not worth it. Take the warehouse so we can get access to tier 3 infrastructure. Most notably, links to tier 3 infrastructure is the upgrade to the land expansion. Okay, nothing being built here, so we move these guys over to food. Extreme weather. We are looking to move towards clothing manufacture. We don't want slave market then. For the commerce building, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for commerce buildings. So quick reroll. It's the only thing being built in the place, but that's fine. Building there. 3 building slots. This place definitely wants to build back to back to back. So we don't need to overkill the construction so much. Yeah, let's we'll still stockpile a little bit of infrastructure, but we don't need to stockpile that much infrastructure. We want like positive. Like that's probably enough. That'll be net stockpiling on the watchtower. Oh, we don't need anyone. We finish the thing we're building here apparently, so we can move them off to food, get growth going real fast. building places over here. We got people to convert, so the cult site's not bad. Take the wall upgrade. One thing to build. Ooh, academy. Which does cost more than the school it's upgrading from, apparently. Which is fine. Well, it's fine because we really need culture more than we need money right now. We might come back to kick ourselves in the shins later for that, but at least in the short run, that's fine. I'm gonna get an extra one over there as well. Yep, that works. Cotton mill going. That's a good source of money. Okay. Building as fast as we can there. 111 here. Stuff to build. Always good. I think we'll take the wall. Ah, yes, the inevitable irrigation channel system, or irrigation system and irrigation channel path, where the irrigation system is often a downgrade because you lose the flat food. That looks like a good, well, decently good garum shop, so we'll do garum there. Then we do want to construct, or put in a fueling construction that we can finish. Well, we're finishing everything but the irrigation canal up, I suppose, right now. Do that, we get down to 2, okay, close enough. Scriptorum, that gives us both access to Tier 3 culture as well, of just being a decent building. Okay, I'll get Scriptorum done in turn. In fact, it's probably overkill. Yeah, okay. We wanted more, but not that many more. Yeah, there we go. Do we grab the M4 operator here? I think the answer is yes. So we're trying to get to level 3 food buildings for the canal up here. Though, this is one of those scenarios where it's probably not the best place to be doing the food place, but we're doing food there anyway, because we can. Okay. Oh yes, good old Carthage we took over. Thinking the builder hall? Yeah, let's do the builder hall. Land expansion's always nice. Nation Tribune. Give them some place to complain about the new government. Okay, now on to the loose ones. All upgrade. Courthouse upgrade. Decent bloomery. Sure, we'll do that. Okay, that's all the loose ones. Let's do one pass over on the Legionnaire we have running around in a couple places, who we presumably have doing construction. Make sure it's going somewhere, not just sitting put. Okay, so there's something we gotta build. So we'll run them over there. Got the other one. Dang, there's the other one. I think he's got a pretty big distance he wants to travel probably to get anything built. Yeah, we probably want him to run over to Greece. It'll take him a while to get over there. That's what we'll have him do. And with that, I think we've gone ahead and gone through all the provinces. Let's cycle the turn and see how Macedonia responds to us declaring on them. So our navy has caught the Macedonian and Byzantine navies at sea. Our fleet comes off better in the range engagement. And is mostly made up of higher quality ships. While slightly outnumbered. Okay, it looks like we sent their fleet to the bottom. So it looks like we're well positioned next turn to strike all the nearby targets. Maybe a good way to think about it. And we're still in the percussing tier. Good to see. Trade with us. We give them African war elephants. They give us some stuff. Sure. Okay, now it looks like that's the turn. From a national standpoint, national decision standpoint, order the troops forward. How fortified is this place? City walls, which is a level 1 wall. Has a little bit of garrison, it's got a medium, but I think we can just storm that, take that by storm. Oh, I didn't know Byzantium has a place up there. In fact, that's their king's palace. Oh, apparently they got their capital moved up there at some point. Interesting. Let's move this army a little bit closer to the combat in case we need to bring it in as a backup. Okay, troops are ordered. Back to the provinces. Apparently nothing to build here. Looks like we're getting enough culture that you will hit the mark. So we spend 160 culture. Which apparently doesn't require anyone on culture? Okay. So we're still trying to get that one up to +3 legacy. But the rest don't need to be on culture. Swap over in a lot of places to food production then. Oops. 112 short. There you go. And everything is done being built here, so similarly. Most people in food to get food being produced quickly, to get growth, and to get more people. So we can build more buildings, because I like building buildings. One building slot here, the one where we re-rolled. We'll do the port upgrade. And I think the port upgrade's reasonably cheap, so we can probably put most people back on food production. Yeah, the place only needs a net 20 to finish it. Oh no, the province wants like a net 20. Apparently the state is also responsible, or that territory is responsible for sending some production out to maintain places elsewhere as well. Land expansion. Yeah, it's not a bad place for a warehouse. We'll put the warehouse there. Yeah, everything finishes in a turn. Nothing to build here. Okay, that's maximizing growth. These guys here specifically are not very good at growing. It's tempting to say toss them on, like making money instead. Because they're in a mountain and it's also a glacier location. The Octodurus Glacier. Candle shop. Don't think we're that desperate for the third commerce building. There's a couple different ones there. It would be better. We'll take the solid wool upgrade. Doesn't mean we need a lot less construction. We just need to keep the province positive. One building slot. Could grab the theater for the culture, but I think we have enough culture for the moment. Let's go to the salt house for food, health, and a little bit of trade. $120 surplus. The building only needs 75, so we can actually free up another 40-ish of production to go to food. Keep that growth high and fast. Here we're looking for the hunter-gatherer player, which is an armorer. That's obviously not what we're being offered there. We got Siege Workshop. So I think we'll pass right now. Take the reroll. Allocation. We got a wall upgrade, and the rest of them are kind of things we can pass on. Even the aqueduct here isn't super great. Though, would be when we get trying to grow, because then the percentile bonus would apply to all the workers. Oh, and we basically don't need any infrastructure here, because we've already got it all stockpiled. So then if we look at it, right, you can see how much Architect's worth. In that case, it's like 8 food. Which is worth like a worker. It's not the most outstanding building in that location. Ooh, military academy. Leader quality, leader forceful, always nice. Is that enough to finish in a turn? No. Oh well. 2 and 2. Okay. Getting another infrastructure building would give us the 6 to go up to tier 3. Which notably give us the land expansion, right? So we can basically build one infrastructure building. Eventually we'll roll the land expansion upgrade, which will then basically give us the building spot back that we spent on getting access level 3. So not a bad thought. Not interested in a charcoal pile. We're not that desperate for coal. Again, it's a mint that doesn't have silver or copper. Copper is actually a little bit easier to import. So this would probably be decent. Because we could be looking for, I think it's the bronze work. No, copper worker. Coppersmith? Probably in that list right there. Oh, it might be locked behind something, because I'm not seeing it in the list after taking a glance, but we're not going to sit here and look for it. We're going to hit Coin Maker anyway. Take the temple for the culture. We want better than single bonus on trading tent style building. Take the wall. That would be better if we had papyrus in the area, but I suppose that's something we should work towards anyway, so let's grab the scriptorum. That one's growing. That one's got its reward from growing. Okay, trading tent. Because we're fishing for a commerce building, that's a decent commerce building. So technically we're actually fishing for the crafting district, I suppose. But we got 3 slots here. So we can take trading tent, get access to level 2s, and then continue fishing for that crafting district. Okay, that's enough to build everything there in one turn. Grab the cult site, try to get these guys converted. You know, wouldn't be a bad idea to get access to Tier 3 military. We do like one of the Tier 3 military buildings quite a lot. Siege Workshop's not the worst choice. Mill or normal wall? Do have the farm. So I'm very tempted to grab that mill. Let's grab the mill then. Can we get the mill done in a turn? Yes. Just about. Grab the watchtower here. Ooh, lots of upgrades. Grab the Builder Guild, or the Major Harbor, or the Barracks. The racing track, to be fair, is also really good for the amount of money, but we're not desperate for that loyalty right now. Let's grab the harbor. There we go. Oh, those will get built. Grab a wall upgrade or school? I think we'll go school. Line expansion. Arguably, we don't need... Well, no, we're still working on the academy, so we do want people to be productive. But for the line expansion, we don't need it. But the academy does. Grab the Tribune here. Also gives us the 6th culture building, so we get access to level 3s. Some of which can be good for comboing off things like the Temple of Zeus here. Two and a 1. I'm less worried about converting the Heliconic citizens, so this is not a bad place to grab a temple. This type of temple, which doesn't provide the conversion, but instead is a decadence reduction. Ooh. 111 culture from the Noble Gardens. Yes, please. We're gonna get that built lickety split. So to get access to Tier 3 agriculture, we do need a 6th farm or agriculture building. Stud is not the worst choice, so I think we will go stud here. And then we'll be fishing for the canals in that area. Okay, and we've been around the whole way. Let's go to the loose ones, like so. Grab a worship place. Watchtower. Upgrade those walls. The fortress right on the front lines is not a bad idea. And we can accelerate that construction by quite a bit. Okay, so we've been all the way around. Let's take one quick gander at the regionals. Nothing I want to play right now. Some stuff we might play next turn, but we'll see how the end turn goes before we do that. Okay, we ran into a Macedonian field army. Skirmish phase. Our skirmishers won the exchange. Which does result in our victory in that battle. We'll just skip that one, that's not worth doing. That one's a decently sized one, we'll see how that one goes. Skirmishers mostly win the ranged phase. Then we get a nice battle off against the Byzantine forces, placing that place under siege. Macedonia is helping us now, or is at war with us now. Okay, so a couple places declared on us. Not sure if we'd be able to... Not seeing what the garrison is. There might not be a garrison there. Just a fort. Let's see if we can walk off of that territory. Where's Macedonia? Who are we at war with? That's new. Oh no, Macedonia isn't at war with us, they're war with our enemy. Julia, okay. Oh, okay. Apparently one of the rebel nations is at war with us, so they don't actually have a map presence, that's fine. Okay, decent looking garrison under siege. Okay, we probably could take that fort by sea and by storm, so let's order the assault. And that's a pretty impressive looking fort garrison. That one's we can probably take it by storm. This one we can probably take it by storm. So the ones we're not taking by storm, let's apply our Art of the Siege to. We're getting some harbor stuff in some places. That's a pretty big fort garrison, so we will naval bombard that one. Our lime somewhere got destroyed, which is probably fine. Oh, we played that already. Okay, decisions. In the army, so we can send the manpower home to get money. Not so precious iron, because we got too much. Get some money. Move in the forest guys to go back us up in the forest. Let's get you to land in Greece, getting close to the front lines. Not that we necessarily even need more help. I doubt Macedonia is actually willing to negotiate at this point. Well, they're willing to negotiate, they're not willing to give us anything, which is expected, I suppose. War's been only on for like a turn or two. Wait, we need this many on production to maintain everything. And growth is still happening. Next one, lots of build slots here. That's what we get from putting so much on growth. Clear water is not bad. We'll take a little bit of health. Capital is a little bit big, so we're going to have to be a little bit picky with what we build here. You don't quite have... Well, we haven't been focusing food, health in the capital. We've got 5 of 6 health buildings, so it's a little bit tempting to try to build a health building. Get access to the tier 3 health. Well, let's upgrade the hospital and the sanitation. The wash house I'm not super interested in. We'd probably want the smokehouse, really. Don't really want the stud. We'd probably want a proper farm or orchard. Don't want to do charcoal pile, unless it was specifically to get us access to higher tier infrastructure buildings. And it alone isn't going to do that, no. We'd rather have the warehouse in the builder hole. And as fun as the Greek fire tower is, hopefully we don't need it in the capital. Yeah, I think we'll just do the reroll here. We want... There's definitely stuff we'd pick up if it was offered, right? We'd pick up the tribunal. We'd pick up the academy and so on, right? So we just need those to be offered, so we're going for the reroll. And some of those don't even take up spaces, because they're upgrades. 44 culture for 1 decadence building. That's not a bad building. We might go with that option. Yeah. That big culture building. It's going to take quite a bit of infrastructure to build it. How much are we short? Oh, we need to like source like 300 more, so we'll just accept that. That's how much it's going to build. Because we don't have enough to pull off of food to finish. The clear water finish will get replaced. The shuffle, unless we reshuffle it, we'll be fine, and then we'll finish that next turn. 1 open slot. Bridge isn't what I was thinking of, but 12% commerce on a building that is providing some infrastructure. It's not bad. Oh, also the trade center. Trade acumen plus 5%, commerce 30%, providing 55 money. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Okay, trade center will finish up then the turn. Take the wall upgrade as a reroll. Bronze Works, Oliveretta's a third. Commerce building, giving us tier 2. We're in a kind of awkward spot here. Probably wants to be Wheelmaker, honestly, with that infrastructure building. Oh, we can grab, this would be a good place for Soul House. Finish without any more help. 3 into 2. We got open slots. We're not being presented with the armor, which is what we're fishing for. But we'll take the Wheelmaker and start working on building up the infrastructure as well. Don't think we need the conversion that we'd get from going temple. This is on the coast, so we could do the other upgrade. You can get one or the other. We'd probably want the coastal version. So we'll take the wall. Decent fare. Could be better fare, but there's ways to import olive oil and leather. So I'm not too worried about not having those. In fact, you can see one of the ways to import leather right there, which is the armor. Actually, we'll do the armor here, because the armor will give us access to tier 3 military buildings. Which will make the fare even better the next time it comes up. Barracks upgrade or theater upgrade. Upgrade the wall. This is something else I want there more. This is actually a place where we might... No, we won't do the granary here. Oh wow, this is a place where we can't even put the well. Yeah, we definitely not putting the granary if we can't put the well there. I think it's the... This is really good if you can get a mill next to it. No mill, no well, bit meh. And that's because it's a desert, okay. So, no irrigation canals in the desert for some reason. We have a place nearby that can, so it's just up to growing that place enough. Let's go back one. Needless to say, we don't need all these guys on infrastructure if there's nothing to build. E3. Okay, now we have a lot of stuff to build here. I suppose we have enough here that we're just fishing for the military academy from a military building standpoint. Or just upgrades, right? We'd be very happy to receive the training ground upgrade. And we're going to lose the guard tower when it hits 12. So that'd be the only reason to build something else, I think. We'll do a reroll here. Not too desperate to get anything built there. Places. I got people to convert, so we'll pick up the cult site. So here we're looking for the clothing maker. Clothing maker is going to be gated behind the crafting district at this point. So we're basically fishing at the crafting district. We may be lured, as you can see, that we can pick up the copperworks here. Copperworks would combo pretty well with the coin maker, but I do want to save space so that we can get that clothing maker. So we're going to do a little bit of re-rolling here. So that'll build, those will build 2 slots here. Normally we can have Legionnaires coming along, but well, when you're playing as Rome, you can normally come along with the Legionnaires. We're going to just force build it, because I'm going to be lazy and not try to get the Legionnaires over here. Take the land expansion. You've already got the public bath, so upgrading it would get us some culture, which should not be bad. Or the barracks. Let's do the upgrade to the bath. Not quite enough to finish the bath upgrade. Shame. Oh, grab the clear water, that's nice. Oh, I suppose we technically don't need that much there, right? Because clear water is pretty free, pretty cheap. Yeah. 3, we're still working on the academy. I wonder if building this is going to delay the academy. Only one real way to find out, which is we set up the thing to build, and we should actually finish both those on the next turn. 22, or no, we're in our 22nd province here. Akin. It's a decent place for a clothing manufacturer. The only thing missing is silk. Or we can grab more culture. I think we'll grab more culture. Oh, that's a good market. The only thing we're missing is dyes. There are way to import dyes, so I'm not too worried about not having them. Okay. Nothing to build there. Okay. So let's pop around to the idol, or for the loose idols. Wall upgrade. Land expansion. Commercial port. And that's all the loose ones. Okay. Let's cycle the turn and see how it goes. If everything goes according to plan, we shall see 3 fortifications fall to us this turn. That's the storm. Also a good portion of the garrison. And yeah, that falls by storm. Win the range engagement, and another fall by storm. I clicked through that quickly. Assume we won that range engagement. And we killed the garrison commander, causing it to fall by storm. Okay, so they became the Gaetuli. The 2 skirmishers who sent in there are very screwed. As one might expect in that scenario, okay. So we are at war with them. I should probably send one of the legions around about face and send them back. And they are selling from the fortifications. Which, of course, doesn't go well for them. Raiders attacking. In fact, they're trying to storm the fort. Which actually goes badly for them. That's good to see. Garrison holds. Okay, I hope you've all been enjoying. Just do the national decisions here, and then this is where we're going to go ahead and put the part break in for YouTube. So we need to bring troops over to deal with them, though maybe our client state here. Oh no, the client state's having problems with them as well. We'll see. Our troops, we can get the army turned around and go back quickly enough. Oh yeah, plenty quickly enough. So we get them this far, they'll probably get there by next turn. Or the turn after next. As I'm getting carried away. If you're watching on YouTube, there'll be another part up tomorrow where we continue to carry out the war against Macedonia. Again, we're pretty close to winning. It's just a process at this point of going through the motions to claim the victory at this point. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break to try to hydrate my mouth a little bit. It's feeling a little sticky. Once that's done, we'll be right back to streaming. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.